Yeah. Namaste. Good morning, friends. Coming to the last session of this pranayam series. Today we will recap all the pranayams we have studied. We have not done all the pranayams what we know, but we have done what is required for the times which we are going through. And we will end up with a meditation. So before that, again, what is pranayam? We briefed about it. But where does pranayam come in the whole of yoga science? So in Ashtang Yoga by Rishi Patanjali, there are Ashtang, 8 limbs to reach towards the ultimate goal of a human soul, that is Samadhi. So which is Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and then Samadhi. So not to go into individual of this, we were doing pranayam, which is the 4th limb. Before that comes asana limb. So he has gradually taken us to go towards samadhi. We have jumped in between for pranayam because to calm the mind in the amidst this, removing the negativity was call of the day. So before that, once again, requesting you to do at least some 20 minutes workout, some Surya Namaskar, because in the closed environment which we live in, calcium and vitamin D is through sunlight, and even we know the virus in India has got a low rates is because of the tropical climate. So take benefit of the sun for 10-15 minutes, do your little bit of asana pranayam over there, and let's take it forward. I want to focus on the second limb, that is niyam, a little bit on that. The first limb is yam, which is social restraints for people outside. How do we behave socially? We are quarantined. So the niyam talks about self-observances, self-restraints. What do I do for myself? To polish myself, to evolve myself. So there are 5 niyams which I have to follow to be in the yogic sadhana, and they are Sauch, Santosh, Tapa, Swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhana. It is so apt, it is so, it just matches with what we are going through. So Sauch is cleanliness. We know what cleanliness means in today's time. Internal as well as external. Santosh is contentment. Whatever is there available, the resources, I'm happy. Not crying and cribbing, Are ye hota, wo hota, if not, those were the days. Santosh. Tapa. We all are going to tapa by staying in one home. Especially husband, wives, we know what's happening. Just a joke. But tapa is not only for ourselves. The challenge, the test which I am giving for myself. It is not about fasting. It is not about staying away from something. It is fire. Like how we did the bellowing yesterday, we showed. Fire में हम लोग कैसे polish हो जाते हैं. The diamond also, by rubbing it shines. That is a tapa for me. What role I have to perform now, each one of us. I am not saying it's only for the one who are attending. It is for each member of the family has to go through some roles and duties and responsibilities. That is tapa for them. It is out of comfort zone. Next is Swadhyay. Very, very important. Introspection. Read to some scriptures. Do some 15 minutes of your religious scriptures, or read or listen to somebody whom you follow or you believe. Some positivities around which helps us go inside our own being. And the last one is, check out my status for the day which I have put is Ishwar Pranidhana. Things which we cannot change, surrender to the higher being. In today's time, the higher being are all the frontline fighters who are there for us. Listen to them, follow them, surrender to them, whatever they are saying. Later or further ahead, it is somebody above us whom we need to follow as a mentor. Ishwar Pranidhana is surrendering to the higher being. So these are 5 niyams which I would like you all to go through the scriptures, understand, and how to apply in day-to-day life. So quickly going through the pranayams now. Asana, yes, do practice some workout, some movement of your blood vessels, lymphatic channels to drain. And then come to pranayam. I will be doing the 5 pranayams what we have done 3 times. Be ready. You all can follow it 7 times, 11 times, as per as your capacity. I will be showing each of them 3 times now, and let's go through it. So first we will do yogic breath. That is deep, nice, fuller breathing through my abdomen, filling up my complete lungs. So here we go. So to guide you all, if I'll be doing here, I'll be taking up most of the time. Take a pause in this video. Repeat this video. It is a culmination of all 6 days what we have had. So fuller breathing goes from inspiration and expiration, which is very smooth, slow, subtle, uninterrupted. It's very soothing. People who have experienced have given comments about and shared their experiences. It is a beautiful feeling to be in that state. Practice it especially night time while sleeping, when you're lying on your bed. That ends up into a small meditation which we are going, and have a good night's sleep. So this was first yogic breath what we started. Second which we'll be doing will be Ujjayi. We said the victorious, getting victory over it. Friction in our throat. So if you don't remember, it was day 3 what we were practicing. So let's do Ujjayi. I'll show you one, so you have a quick recap. You can do pause and do it as per your comfort. 2-3 normal breaths. Inhale with friction, constricting the throat area. Once you have practiced inhalation, you can also exhale with friction later. We can go advance or go through the scripts or ask any yoga teacher. So this is giving friction to your throat to remove the phlegm, to clean the larynx, to clean the voice box, to activate the thyroid for their blood circulation. This is Ujjayi Pranayam. Then we go to Kapalbhati. Kapal ko shine karna. This you have to force only on your expiration, on an exhalation. Inhalation is automatic. So it is like your umbilical, you are pulling in deep inside, try to touch to the spinal cord. Visualize. That will be the force which you will be giving in while breathing out. So again the signs of it was the cells. Remember the cell wall, and they are pushing out the toxins and unwanted things out into the plasma to give it out through your breath or other systems. Also one tip, while you are exhaling and you are completing your cycle of Kapalbhati, 5 rounds, 6 rounds, 10 rounds, 11, whatever it is, the last exhalation what you are taking, hold it for some more time before you take a normal inspiration or normal breath in. Just try to hold that breath. It's a pause, it's a retention. As much as you are comfortable, don't strain yourself. Next we do is Bhasrika, what we did yesterday, the bellowing, where inspiration and expiration both are forceful. We are focusing on both. Like the bellows, the video which you have seen, or people who have missed, please visit this video or type anywhere where bellow sound, how it is. That's the sound I am going to give to my lungs. Again, my upper part of the lungs are not active. My diaphragm, it is like Kapalbhati. But here both inspiration and expiration I am focusing on. So I will be demonstrating 2 or 3. You can pause and continue as long as you can. So this again should go very gradually up, fast and then slow. I have shown only at one pace now, again because of time constraint, but go slow, like it doesn't mean you have to inhale or exhale slowly. It means the pace has to go slow. If you feel little lightheadedness, dizzy, means you are overdoing it, go slow. Last but not the least is my favorite Anulom Vilom again. So today we will be practicing Anulom Vilom in the cycle of 1, 2, 2, which is inhalation 1, holding after inhalation for 2 counts, exhalation for 2 counts. So if I'll be taking 3, 6, 6. So as per your capacity, you can take 2, 4. Don't extend more than 5 if you are not regular practitioners of yoga and pranayam. Go slow. Take 3, 6, 6, which is ideal and good for you. So Anulom Vilom again, right and left. Left inhale, right exhale. No, we will be doing left inhale, hold, right exhale, right inhale, hold, left exhale. That is one cycle. So, but the count will be 3, 6, 6. Okay. So, let's start. So this was one count of 3, 6, 6. Keep doing it for 11 counts, morning, afternoon, evening, whenever your stomach tummy is little empty and you're fit. It just takes 15 minutes to do all these pranayams together and then end it up with nice beautiful meditation. So I'll be doing a simple meditation of Om. We have been chanting little Om. If you go to any mantras, any Hindu religion or Amen, or even the other scriptures, other religion do have, let's not enter there that, but any mantras you pick up of your favorite mantra, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Bhur-Bhuvasva, in Jain it is Om Namo Arihantanam. It is Om is given so little of importance, it is there, I am not saying it's not given, but then a deity or a mantra or a religion or some vibrational mantras which are coming up, follow it. So here we are concentrating only on Om, irrespective of whatever caste, creed, religion we belong. Om, the research of Om, the scientific research of Om talks about it being the first universal sound, many more things. But let me tell you where Om affects you. We are 70% water, so there is vibration always. Everybody has its own vibration, own nad, own tune. Quantum physics is energy, we are energy. Om produces a energy and a frequency which affects different parts of our body. This is a science. So let's stick to pure science. There are no side effects of Om. It just empowers you. Only thing is, do it in your positive state of mind. I'm not saying people with depression or low states or anxiety, fear cannot do it. But do with a vision of what you want to achieve. Where you want to go, getting rid of negativities or the emotions which we do not want to feel. So have some image or purpose that this is what I want to attain, this is where I want to reach. So, Om stimulates all your nerves. Om is a beautiful, simple meditation which anybody can do. You can listen to it. So this is not a very very beautiful Om, but I want you to picture your Om. Wherever you have seen, wherever you have imagined, you want to draw it, you want to figure it out, you want to make it up of any material you want. It could be in your sand, which we were playing on the beach front, or anywhere where you can visualize. Why I am saying visualize is because our mind is always, the role of mind or the work of mind is to remain outside the body. It's bahiratva. I want it to hook on to something so that the fluctuations of mind are minimum. So there are many ways to do it. We have a form type of deity type of worship. We have some image, mantra, many things which we hook on to. See, we may hook on to a simple Om image. Marble, wood, sand पे बनाया, paper, pen, drawing, color in the sky with the clouds. You're free to imagine and visualize your own Om. So Om will be recited in 3 forms. Break it into 3 parts. A, U, Ma. So A will be like it is in the syllabi or the word far, A, F-A-R, car, A. So A is the word from the throat, constrained. When the A is open, the U will be narrowing of your lips. The syllabi of U will be like you are whistling out. U. Like in coop, soup, U. And then comes M, when my lips will be closed and I will be vibrating this M inside me. So it affects the first A affects and brings a vibration or makes the energy flow in my physical body. U makes it at the level of thoughts, impressions, memories, which is behind the scene. And Ma is for my mental calmness. It's a proven fact, scientifically proven benefits of Om. So if you understand this with Om recitation, you can then experience the vibration and the effect where it is affecting you. Each person who is meditating on Om or reciting on Om will definitely feel some vibrations. As it activates the nerves, there is vibration. The tips of hands and fingers have lot of heat and energy. So at end of any meditation, not Om, we usually rub our palms, cup it on our eyes. I'd say put it on all your 5 senses which are on force. Press it on to pass it on to all your body parts, especially which needs lot of love and care. This is how I'm spreading the positive vibration. So, okay, so we will be chanting A-U-M 7 times loud, 7 times inside, like a whisper, and 7 times it is inside my mind. No awaz, no voice. At end of it, we will be ending it with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Universal peace, call of the time. Peace outside my being, my family, my friends, my society. And last piece is for me internally, within me. And that's how we will be ending our session for the day, also the pranayama series. So here we begin A-U-M. I've explained you where it affects, what it does. If you can feel the vibration, very good. After 7 times loud, little softer, maybe you will not be able to hear my voice. 7 times will be total silence. And then Om Shanti Shanti. Okay friends, so let's begin. This or this mudra, when my palms are facing down, grounds me. So I'll be taking today this mudra of grounding myself down with my Muladhara chakra and being seated towards Mother Earth. Spine erect, completely relaxed, focus on a yogic breath. start. Two, three normal breaths. Feel the vibration. For the next 7 times Om, what we are going to recite, little like a whisper form. I'm going to guide you here. Keep your eyes closed. With your vision towards the middle of the eyebrows, the Agya Chakra, a little haze which will go towards your Agya Chakra. This is inner contemplation or vision which we are going towards. If you have a little heaviness or a headache or anything, have a vision which is straight, no problem. But any people who can do it, have a little upward vision. So here, start with normal breathing in, which is nice and deep, and it will be like you can pause the video, because here when you're visualizing here, let now here be a candle flame or any diya flame or any light source which you can place over here and visualize through that light, or focus your attention towards that flame which you are keeping towards your Agya Chakra. If Agya Chakra is little heavy and painful on your eyes, have a straight vision where you are visualizing a flame, a light, a source of beautiful flickering, non-flickering, light. A candle flame, a diya flame. So that is how you will be continuing the rest 4 times. Time is constrained, so I want to talk a little forward. You can continue this. And 7 times when you are going, let's complete it 4 more times. doing this, where we are whispering and slowly doing the Om, the Ma vibration, U and Ma, let it be focused on your upper part of the body, the brain, and the vibration which we are feeling, it's really beautiful. It helps you calm down more deeply. And the last 7 times, which is internal, Aum, internal. Here it helps to have a towards the Agya Chakra, the purpose what we spoke about, the vision where I want to go through, I want to overcome fear, I want to overcome anxiety, I want to finish this task, I want to open up, I want to finish reading this book, any small or big task, whatever it is. I am not saying enter into that task, but when you are visualizing, visualize that that task is being done, it is being accomplished. This helps you take that. Actually, it's not to be done, but we are beginners, so we need a purpose towards Agya Chakra is focus, aim, targets which we are going to finish it off. So have this inner Om recitation. Keep the purpose in front of you. As you're keeping a candlelight, if there is no purpose, very good, the happiest of all. But if there is, keep something in front of you, and that is how you're finishing. You will get different ways. As this, there is clarity and different contemplation. If not, finish your Om recitation, Om meditation, and then give a minute or 2 towards accomplishing your task. It energizes you beautifully. So this was about the small Om meditation. Visualize the Om part. Do simple Om meditation. You can do only 21 times or whatever number of times, the louder one or the whisper one or internal. You can do a combination of all 3. There are many other different ways in which you can also do the O syllable little longer, Ma shorter, or different ways in which we can do. This was basic, where U, Ma is equal time which we are giving to all this. If we have further opportunity only for meditation, I'll be taking all different ways in which Om can be recited for different parts of the body and different benefits which we can achieve by that simple meditation. So this was all about you. Thank you for having a patient ear. Have a safe and a good life. Take care, friends. Thank you. We'll definitely need some comments for me to keep going this ahead. If you need anything on personal chat or this, let it be free in my comment box or personal chat. So here we end the session. Thank you to be with me. Namaste.